If you're someone who wants to get inbound leads from Twitter, this video is going to be a complete guide on how to do so, even if you don't have thousands of followers. Hey, I'm Ben. I'm the founder of Kalem Content, a content writing agency. We've developed a system to help our clients get leads, even with just a few hundred followers, and it pretty much goes against what everyone else in the Twitter space is saying. So when people think of getting leads on Twitter, they often make two common mistakes. One is that they just spam traffic. You see, they just try to get as many eyes on their profile as possible. So they post like motivational BS or like random quotes or random broad videos. But as a result, yes, they grow, but they build an audience of people who has no idea who they are or what they do. And obviously, as a result, won't buy. The other mistake they make is that they just give everything away, where they share tons of value, they break down all their systems, all their processes, everything, but they don't get the views or the growth they deserve. Like they're sharing literally everything they know, but no one buys into them. And it's because, firstly, no one really cares. Secondly, they don't know how to package and present it in a way that works for Twitter. Because Twitter is social media, it's not like a search platform. No one actually goes on Twitter to type, okay, how to study calculus or like how to grow my B2B agency from 30K a month to 50K a month. So you have to know how to package it the right way. If you want leads, you need to do both. Get traffic, the right kind of traffic, and funnel it towards your offer in a way that captures attention for social media. This is done using what I call the content funnel system, where every single piece of content you put out either attracts, nurtures, or converts, and everything leads readers back to your offer. And it works because it develops a hyper-targeted audience of people in your niche who keep coming back. The crazy part about doing this is that you don't need a large following. You're able to close high-ticket clients with just a few hundred followers, often even less. A good example would be a client of mine in the sales niche. He got 2,000 qualified niche-related, sales-interested followers in 30 days and 10 leads reaching out for his offer. It's only 10 because he doesn't actively even have an offer that he wants to promote. Yet he still had people reaching out, going out of their way to ask him, hey, can you teach me or how can you help me? A better example would be another client of mine in the B2B SaaS niche. So he went from 200 to 1,600 followers in 6 weeks, all of which are people who are interested in B2B SaaS or sales or ads, essentially people who he could eventually extract money from and sell to. He got 12 book calls in the first 30 days. Actually, I think that's the first like 12 days, and 30,000 revenue cash collected in 60 days. I have a case study of him somewhere on my channel. Go check it out if you like. So my point here is just to prove to you that instead of building like a large, massive audience, build a small, pinpointed, targeted one using my content funnel system. And here's how this system works. Just like a funnel, there are layers to this process. So it starts with top of funnel. The goal of this section is more to attract attention. So we do it with a few types of posts. Firstly, it would be flex posts, where we just show off our results, show off our client results, show off recent wins that we've gotten. This shows people that, hey, you know what, we're someone who actually knows what we're doing. The problem is that most people flex wins in the wrong way. They just say like, hey, okay, here's what I did for my client, and they leave it at that. But the thing is, everyone in your niche has wins. Like, as long as they're half decent, they have client wins. The goal is to use win posts to push your psychology, push your mindset upon people. So let's say you're running ads in the B2B SaaS space. So you need to show people why ads are important. So if you have any wins, you can say, hey, here's a client win we've gotten. It's proof that ads work. If you're, let's say, a fitness trainer who's pushing like a diet plan, you can say, hey, my client went from like 89 kg to 67 kg in 2 weeks. And it's all because of my diet system. So you're using it to push your philosophy, using it to push the way of thinking. And that's how wins posts are actually meant to work. This got me a bunch of inbounds. I've done it for my clients also, but I'd rather not like show them here. Secondly, would be silent authority, where it's simply taking pain points that your ideal client has and solving it through content. This shows them upfront that, hey, you are able to solve their problem, and therefore they're going to keep coming back because they see your post on the timeline. They'll remember, oh yeah, this guy was able to solve my problems. This guy knows my pain points, and this guy knows what he's doing. So we put these out like this is the type of content we put out most, ideally at least once a day. Oh, on that note, I recommend posting 3 times a day because Twitter is all about multiple small touch points in the niche. So if you're able to post 3 times a day, you hit your ideal client, your ideal audience 3 times every single day. That's 21 touch points every week. And over time, your ideal client will remember, okay, this is someone who is good, someone who is authoritative, someone who knows what he's doing in my niche. Let me check out his content. Let me come back again and again and again. Next would be contrarian takes, where you just share, okay, this is what most people believe in the niche, and this is what I don't believe in, or this is what most people don't believe in, and this is how I see it. This is why I think it's different. So what this does is that it causes you to stand out. If you just repeat what everyone else says, people are going to be like, oh, okay, I don't get anything new from him. But if you share contrarian takes, people are like, oh, okay, this guy's actually thinking, this guy's actually done the work to research and read up and walk the talk, and therefore they're more likely to trust you in the future. So this is the top of funnel. These are the ones that get views. One thing to notice real quick is that notice how all of these are all niche related, because once again, the goal is to build a small pinpointed follower base while still flexing and showing that you know what you're doing. Next would be middle of funnel. So take your best client work and share how you walk them through your process and how they got results. The goal of this, once again, is not to just flex random wins like, hey, I got this guy $2 million. The goal is to actually show your process in how you got them from where they were before to where they are now. Because readers don't quite want to see just, okay, like random numbers or like flashy wins. They want to see exactly how you got them there. And if they can imagine how you did it and clearly see the process, they're more likely to buy into. So specifically for case studies, one more thing I want to bring up is that if done right, this is the best revenue generating asset on Twitter. I've written multiple case studies that have gotten legitimately 5 figures in revenue just from one Twitter post alone. So next would be unique angle posts. So this is where you flex how your angle, how your way of business is different in the niche. Like let's say, for example, you run Google ads for e-commerce brands. So your unique angle post would be why Google ads are important, what most people are missing out on when they're not doing Google ads, so and so. So eventually you start pushing e-com people into like Google ads funnels. And once people realize, oh yeah, Google ads is actually so much better than I think, they're going to go to you for advice because you're the one who unlocked that mindset shift in their mind. Next would be brand enemy posts. So essentially anything that you don't believe in that everyone else believes in, or anything that everyone else doesn't believe in that you believe in. So this is where you do deep dives into it to explain, okay, here's what you're missing out on if you follow this way of thinking, or here's where you're going if you follow this way of thinking, and here's why it's dangerous. So you're just pushing people closer and closer towards your unique angle, towards your way of thinking. By the way, if you want me to implement this exact system for you and turn your Twitter account into an evergreen funnel that gets you leads and calls on autopilot, there's a link below where you can book a call directly with me. And we'll go over your current X stage, whether building on X is relevant to your business, and if so, what it'll take to move forward. And that leads us to the bottom of funnel, lead magnets. So lead magnets are essentially short guides or PDFs which show people, okay, this is my process, this is my system that you can just copy and paste. Because a lot of agencies, a lot of B2B brands on Twitter, they don't quite show how the process works. A lot of them think that, okay, no one really cares anyway. But if you build your funnel right, if you build your top of funnel, you build your middle of funnel, you have a consistent stream of qualified traffic flowing to your bottom of funnel. Now people want your process. People care about how you help them get the result. So share lead magnets. This can be a PDF guide, a process guide, or a case study, in-depth breakdown of how you help the client. Next would be call to actions, where essentially under your post, you just say, hey, this is my service. Click the link in my bio if you're interested. You'd be surprised how many people are in the solution aware stage. They just don't quite make the jump because it's just not on their mind. So if you put it in front of them over and over again, slowly a good amount of them will convert. Lastly, hand raisers. So this is where you just write a post entirely about, hey, this is my system. I'm taking in this many clients. Join me here. Once again, just like call to actions, you'd be surprised how many people are ready to work with you. They just don't know how, or they haven't quite consciously realized it. When you use call to actions and hand raises over and over again, you're implanting your ideas in the reader's mind to tell them, you can work with me, I'm taking on clients. And because you've built authority to the top of funnel, you've explained how you're different through the middle of funnel, the bottom of funnel converts far better than massive traffic or just giving away massive value. So this is my content funnel system. With all that, if you want me to implement this system for you and help you turn your Twitter account into an evergreen funnel, there's a link below where you can book a call directly with me. We'll go over where you're currently at with your Twitter brand, whether building on Twitter is relevant for your business, and if it is, what it will take to move forward. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel because I'll be uploading more in-depth videos about how we grow our clients on Twitter. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.